Hi everyone, it's Miss Melody from the Ludington Library Junior Room. Welcome to Try It Out with Miss Melody. Before I get started, I wanted to remind you that summer reading is going on right now. If you haven't signed up for that yet, I would encourage you to do that. And actually, it is our summer reading program that kind of inspired this activity today. Our theme this year is Tales and Tales, which got me thinking about whale tales and other sea creatures and ocean. So today we are going to be making an ocean dough. It's going to look a little bit like this. It is less slimy than slime. It's also easier to clean up than slime if you're a little bit worried about that, and takes a lot less ingredients. There are 3 ingredients that you have to have. And then there are 2 ingredients that make it a little bit more fun. So the 3 ingredients you need are some cornstarch, any brand you want, some shampoo, also any brand you want. You kind of want to get something that's a little bit on the thicker side, but I would encourage you to get something that's just inexpensive because you're not using it on your hair. The one I have is actually a shampoo and conditioner that I'm going to be using today. And then you're also going to need water. You're going to need 1/3 cup of water. Then there are 2 ingredients that make this just a little bit more fun. Since this is ocean dough, I got some food coloring that is blue. And I also found some blue glitter because glitter always makes things more fun for me. So I'm also going to need some kind of cooking supplies like a spatula to stir with and a bowl to put everything in and some measuring cups. So I have actually already measured out my cornstarch, which is the first step. You're going to put 2½ cups of cornstarch into a bowl that has some room in it because we're going to be doing some stirring. So you want to make sure you have enough room that your cornstarch is not going to go flying everywhere. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. The next step is to add your shampoo. You're going to take a 1/2 cup of shampoo, and I'm already spilling it, and you're going to add it to your bowl here. And I'm going to use my spatula, scrape it down in there and combine them together. When I do this, it's not going to really look like dough yet. It's going to be kind of crumbly. It's not really going to come together until we add the water. So I want to combine this as best I can. It's not going to change the texture very much as you're first stirring it. It's going to get a little clumpier as the shampoo gets combined, but basically still going to look the same. All right. When you're done with that, you're ready to start adding your water. Now I have a measuring cup here with 1/3 a cup of water, but I'm not sure I'm going to use it all. When we add the water, we want to do it kind of slowly. And I also have a little extra water in case I need it. So just a little bit at a time, I'm going to pour some water in and stir it in. And then I'm going to keep adding until it starts to come together in a nice ball. You want it to look like a ball of dough. Once it comes together into a ball, you're ready to put your hands into it. We're actually going to start kneading it with our hands, but mine is not ready to do that yet. Add a little more water there. I think I need just a little bit more. I think I actually want to use this whole thing. Go. Starting to get a little bit harder to stir. If you've ever made oobleck before, this has a little bit of a similar consistency to that. Not as sticky or as stretchy as slime, and way easier to clean up. So mine is looking pretty good. So I think what I'm actually going to do before I do my next steps, which is add my food color and my glitter, is pour it out, give it a good knead. You notice I have parchment paper down on my table. That's a good thing to use if you're at home. You also can use, if you have just like a baking tray that's clean, that's a good place to do this too, so it doesn't get all over the place. And I actually think I might have got a little too much water, but we'll see. I'm going to start kneading it together with my hands. I think I'm ready to add my food coloring. You don't want to add too much food coloring, because if you do, it'll get all over your hands. So I just need 2 or 3 drops. I'm going to knead it in to my dough. So let's spread throughout. Another thing that you can do if you don't want to knead it in is you can actually add your food coloring to your shampoo early on, and that will combine it even earlier in the process. I'm going to start squishing it together. Because this is just made out of shampoo and cornstarch, it will come off your hands really easily. And actually, so I got this originally from a website called The Kitchen. And one thing that she recommended, she said, when you're done with it, you can just put it in the bathtub and it'll make a ton of bubbles because it's full of shampoo and soap. And it'll just go down the drain. I don't know if you want to do that if you have glitter in it, though. Maybe something to think about. All right, so mine is getting nice and combined. It's almost all the way through there. So I'm ready to add some glitter. We'll plop this back on the table. I have kind of a light blue glitter and a darker blue glitter. So I'm going to shake some of that in there. There we go. And then I'm going to keep kneading it until it's combined all the way through. It's not a certain amount that you need, just whatever feels right to you, however much you like to have in it. I like to have a lot of glitter in mine. You can see it's kind of stretchy. Kind of like both a liquid and a solid, which I think is pretty cool. It's also, so you can't really make things out of it. It's not like Play-Doh, but it is a really fun sensory activity to do in the summertime. You can store this dough, this ocean dough, for about a week. It'll stay good for. If it starts to get dry, you can add a little more water to it to get it like soft and supple again. And you're gonna wanna put it in some kind of airtight container. So it's gonna dry out a little bit slower. But when you're done, you should have something that looks like this, a little bit oozy and gooey and fun to play with. If you enjoyed this project and you would like to try out some other projects that would involve making some things or trying out some science experiments, I have a few books that I would like to recommend to you. The first one is called I Can Make Slippery Slime, and it is by Cody Crane. This book has several different types of recipes for making slime, all different varieties that are going to use different ingredients, have different textures. So if you enjoy making slime, this might be a good book for you. If you like other types of science and want some easy experiments that you can try out at home, I'd recommend to you Mason Jar Science, which is by Jonathan Adolph. This book actually has 40 different types of experiments that you can do with things that are just laying around at your house. So easy stuff to get a hold of and get your hands on. This has things for growing crystals. There are some experiments that you can be studying bugs or growing things. So this is a great resource, a great book for someone who enjoys doing science experiments. And finally, if you like learning about ocean animals, I would highly recommend this book. This is called This is a Seahorse. It's by Cassandra Fetterman, and it is about seahorses. It's a nonfiction picture book, so it's information about seahorses, but it is also very funny. It has a lot of humor in it, and you get to meet and learn about other types of animals as well. You can check out any of these 3 books, as well as many other kinds of books, in the children's room at Ludington Library. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope to see you soon.